Some of y'all don't know this about me. Some of y'all do. I was locked up for 10 years. That sucked. But during that time, I got into crazy good shape. It's what I focused on. It's what like pretty much got me through. I had family support, but it got me through, man. Like the alone time, I could work out in my cell. I could work out on the rec field. I could read and study working out. That's what I did. That's all I did. And it was wonderful. I loved it. And I used to preach it. I preached to my family, to whoever would listen, these things that I learned. Basically about body, how it responds, how what kind of exercises to do, all that stuff. I loved it. I was intrigued by it. And I was a chunker going into prison. So before that I was always kind of a stronger kid, but always like husky, a chubby kid. And I had really crippling anxiety from it, from being one of the chubby kids. I hated it. I hated people for a lot of reasons, but I was a chubby kid that I had body issues, and anyway, when I went to prison, I had this like aha moment that I was gonna work out. I was gonna get the body I wanted. I knew I had 10 years to do, so I went and did the 10 years with the whole goal of being an elite type athlete or bodybuilder or whatever. When I got out, I was trained to be an athlete. I liked playing sports, so that's kind of more what I trained for. But the body comes with that, and it's just what it is. So I'm in there preaching what people should be doing, and I was 16 when I got arrested. So by the time court and stuff was over, I was 18. I'd never lived on my own. I had never really had like a real job with real bills and all that. And everybody was warning me from my family that that stuff was gonna hit me like a freaking freight train when I got out. And I still just kept preaching like, this is me. I'm never gonna be not fit. I'm not gonna ever do all these things that are unhealthy because that's the life I lived inside. And I got out, and it was not not what I expected at all. And I I let life get in the way, and life has a funny way of kicking you in the nuts. So it did that, and I was just like, you know, I'm just gonna live and work and eat and sleep, and having the food that I never had for 10 years was like awesome. I could eat McDonald's or whatever. I didn't really eat McDonald's actually, but that type of idea. I can go get food whenever I'm hungry, and it's just like I wanted to live my life, and somehow fitness and that lifestyle just got away from me. And I had promised myself that I wouldn't let life get in my way. And the fatter I got out here, or the less healthy anyway, I started smoking cigarettes, just with stress or whatever. And instead of using exercise to relieve stress, I went to the easy routes like food and nicotine, really. And it's like I went and totally dismantled all of who I was in there, the fit me, and I just couldn't get it back. And it took, man, I've been out 6 years now. All 6 years it took till just recently, a couple months ago, to get back in that mindset. And what I'm bringing this all around to is like, out here, you have everything you need and more to get the shape you want, to get the any fitness level that you want, right? You have it. You have all these tools that I didn't have in prison, and I was envious of it. Free weights and all the protein powders and amino acids and whatever, all but daily vitamins. Like, you have quality food, you have quality everything, weights and all that stuff. We have it, and I got out here and I didn't use any of it. And it took a long time though. It took 6 years to finally click back in. There's been times where I clicked in and out, I guess. It worked out for a couple weeks or 3 weeks and quit. this is different. I finally feel back, which I've set up a really nice high mountain for myself again to get back to where I was, or anywhere near it really. But I'm back. And I would like to encourage you. When I was in there, we had no free weights. We had time. That's all we had. And if you can cut time into your schedule to use the things that we have out here, such as the proper food and the proper equipment, you can get so much healthier, so much faster than it took me back when I was locked up. And don't get me wrong, like I don't want to even get into the locked up if I should have had stuff other than time, I guess. But you have it, and now I have it, and I'm out here buying weights when they're on sale. I'm buying pre-workouts and protein and creatine and all these things, and I have these sweet blender bottles now that I didn't have in there. And you have to be grateful for those things that you have, such as that. The tools that we have, whether it's somebody on your phone that is encouraging you every day or somebody that you can model yourself after, we didn't have that. We didn't have the things like free weights and the personal trainers, and we didn't have a proper diet. We didn't have any of that. And somehow we all made it work, those of us that wanted to work out. Because when you put your mind to it and you want to make it work, you can. And I guess that's really the message. Like, you have all the tools, now you get your mind to it, because that is super important, and you should and need to do it. And I let myself down for all these years, and I use that now for motivation every day. Like, am I gonna lay around when I'm off of work today? No, I'm not. I'm going to go do something, whether it's take a walk or lift some weights. I'm going to do something to get myself back to that place where I was happy with myself. And that's really the goal. Like, I don't care if you want to lose 1 pound or 100 pounds or want to lift Mount Everest, like, whatever your goal is, set that goal and strive for it. And you're going to accomplish it if you just get your mind right and get your mind ready to go every day to do something in the process of getting you to that goal, if that makes sense. I want everybody to understand that there's no excuses. You have to just get at it. Me being locked up for 10 years, like, it gave me the information. We all have that. I learned my body. I learned what works well with it. And we all have that now out here, because you can literally just jump on Google and type stuff in and figure it out and develop a plan. Like, you don't have to spend a ton of money. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying you have access to stuff if you need it. All right? So I just want to get that off my chest real quick. And all right, bye.